I went to prison twice I was addicted to methamphetamine, and it took me down quick. The last time I went to prison, I did 3 years.
Say he did 35 years in prison, and the negative situation that I was in now, and I come out to the real world, and I met people that actually really care.
The groups that have the hardest time finding jobs are those people who are homeless and those people coming out of prison. I think that we're going to see over the next few years, we're going to see the ratcheting down in prisons. I think we're going to see more people released. If that's the case, we need to be ready.
My name is Gloria, and I work at BREWED, which is in Fort Worth. I got here through Texas Workforce, the Next Step program.
My name is Kenneth Wiley. I went to Next Step over a year ago, and I was homeless, just fresh out of prison.
You get to a certain point where you just say, I can't do this anymore. And that's something you have to make up in your mind, but what can help you when you get out not to take that road is to be able to get a job, get employment, get somebody that reaches out to help you like the Next Step program does.
A couple years ago when we started thinking about the vision of BREWED, one of the first things we thought of was how can we add value to the city of Fort Worth? And for us, of course, that meant how could we provide new jobs and to create a family-like environment where we empowered and cared for our staff in a special way.
We are the only organization in the nation that's doing customized job development. We are the only one that is showing that once we put somebody in place, that retention is high, loyalty is great, employers keep coming back. They understand because they see George, Mary, and Paul for George, Mary, and Paul, and not as to what they've done. They see them as the individual who they're working with.
I work the day shift, so when I first get here, we just kind of like set up for the customers and get ready for the day. Just make sure everything's clean and ready for people to come in. We just basic stuff.
I dishwash, do dishes. When I need help prepping to meals, peeling potatoes, cutting greens, whatever the chef asks me to do, I don't mind doing it, so this is what I do.
It's all directed to the individual's passion. What is it that you want to do? What's going to get you up in the morning? How are you going to succeed? And when we understand what their passion is and we can help them realize that they can do it and that they can get to that place, they tend to perform a lot better.
You know, at BREWED, we really like the idea of giving people a second chance in life, and the reason I really like Next Step is it provides the infrastructure and accountability to make sure that this is a success for everyone.
It's been all a blessing. It's been all a blessing. So, and like I told them when they hired me that I was going to give them 100%, and that's what I did,
Just, having a job helps build your confidence. When you've been in trouble, it's really hard to get employed. But just being here, it's kind of hard to explain. But I just feel, I get up in the morning, I'm just anxious to come to work because I love it here. It helps me because if I'm doing something I love, it's a lot easier, to get up and come to work rather than come and be miserable somewhere, where you're making tons of money. So yeah.
What we found is if we can get a customer in the door, if we can get them working with an employer and it's a good fit, not always is it a good fit, but we will know. Within 2 months, the business will know if it's a good fit and the customer will know if it's a good fit. And if it is, it's to the business's really best interest to hire that individual.
To be honest, this isn't a handout. Our Next Step employees are some of our best. They're really adding value to what we are in our business.
I think it's important that if more people would get involved, more businesses in hiring felons, that I think that the entire city would change because there's so many people out there trying to get jobs that go back to using drugs or selling drugs or whatever to survive, to pay their bills, to help their families. And if we could just get jobs, if more, like I said, more businesses would help do that, I think that things would change so much everywhere, not just here, but everywhere.